Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm of course your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be showcasing a truly epic and crazy replay in the SU-152. Yesterday, I made my video talking about why you should grind the tank and why it's such a fun vehicle. Today, I was playing a bit of Tier 10. I think I played 9 battles in total, at least at the time of recording, and I went 44% of my Type 71, averaging 3,900 damage. And I just said, you know what? I'm done with Tier 10, so I went down to Tier 7, had a bit of fun in the SU-152, and the replay you're going to see is fresh off the battle, maybe 5 minutes ago just played it, and you're going to see just why the SU-152 is, as I said in yesterday's video, if you didn't watch it, a truly insane tank. So let's make our way over to the replays. Here we are on Naval Frontier. Now this is a Tier 8 game. They've got an AMX 5100, a Mil 1, Lorraine 40 ton, a Tiger 2, and an RU 251. Now when it comes to the SU-152 and its 95mm of high explosive pen, I can penetrate about half their team. The RU, Lorraine, the side of the Mil 1, the side of the AMX 5100, the Challenger. All of those tanks are very easy high explosive penetrations. The rest, like the Tiger 2, yeah, I gotta load heat for. The frontal armor of an Mil 1, gotta load heat for as well. But thankfully, it does have very nice pen at 275 because I'm running calibrated shells. Alright, well I'm going to make my way very aggressive up towards base B. I'm in a tank destroyer and I want to get some early crossing shots off on anybody that does perhaps decide to cross. Unfortunately for me, as you're going to notice, the Kanonen nor do I spot anybody crossing. So, yeah, it looks like we're getting no bone on that side of the map. But over here, oh, what are you doing, Lorraine? Well, you're losing 917 hit points. He's aiming. You can see he's actually not AFK. He drove over towards the Tiger 2, and he's trying to pen him. Yeah, I don't know what to say. All I'm going to do is, a kablooey. Thank you very much for those 58 hit points, and with that, 975 hit points is already on my palette. But that was really the only free kill I got this game. The rest of this battle was nothing free. So we got the RU, but unfortunately I'm not able to reload quick enough to get the shell in. There's many people out there that might argue Rammer would have helped me out, but nah, I didn't need Rammer to win this battle, not even in the slightest. So we got an AT-7, a Challenger, and a Tiger 2, plus the RU, over towards the top side of the map. Not only that, but we know that the AMX 5100 was at that bush just a moment ago, so I gotta be very careful. About the entirety of the enemy team is up towards C. And judging that I don't have a lot of hit points, only sitting at 1,000, it's very quick for any opponent to just instantly nuke my hit points. But I see an opportunity. The Challenger's crossing fire. Oh boy, there goes the Challenger. 2 shells down because we're not really going to count that 50 damage HE, and I'm up to 1,500 hit points dealt already. We got the Tiger 2 up top, aiming in on the Tiger. Come on, poke it, aiming with a heat, and boom! 681 damage. Again, that heat just does not care how much armor you have. It will butter through even some of the thickest frontal plates in Tier 8. So now we're sitting at 2,100 damage, but obviously this game has just begun. We got the AMX 5100 and a Mil 1 fully clipping out my Hawaiian battle tank who is playing in the Kanonen, so that's not great. That was one of my Tier 8s, and with that we're down 3 Tier 8s, only having 2 left. The enemy team still got quite a few left. Well, they did, until this Mil 1 didn't notice me, then got lit on fire, and then died. Yeah, I was thinking about shooting an HE at him, but I didn't trust this gun enough to hit that shell, so I just took it safe with the AP, and I got incredibly lucky getting a fire. Now, when it comes to the SU-152, it does have insane module damage, and also it's got great HE, so even though I don't have the armor of the AT-7 exposed, I'm still able to deal 200 damage with just the slight exposure of his track wheel. We're up to 3,200 damage dealt. The enemy team has 3 fairly healthy opponents left, and with that, I only have 2 one-shots. Yeah, that's not great. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to aim in on this AT-7. I wanted to HE him, but again, I'm not going to take the risk when I don't need to. Instead, I'm going to keep it calm, keep it simple, get an easy shell into the AT-7, and my VK-45 saves me from possibly a very painful experience by finishing off the enemy AT-7. With that, I get a nice slap right into the side of the Tiger 2 with an AP shell for 540. We're up to 4,376 damage so far, are, and just look at the heat pen on this vehicle. It's insane. So there you go. Nice heat shell right into the Tiger 2. Thankfully, it did not low roll, and with that, now we're up to 4,896 damage dealt. Now, in this situation, I'm not in the best of scenarios, because the AMX 5100 has a 3-shell autoloader, not only carrying great penetration, but also the ability to kill me with 2 shells. And he only needed 1 shell to finish off my VK, so even if he didn't reload his clip, I'm still in a losing situation here. But I do have one thing up my sleeve, which is what I'm trying to do the entire time. Get to his side and penetrate a high explosive shell. And oh, baby! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 914 damage right into the side of that AMX 5100. So there you have it. That is the SU-152. 5,810 damage, which is insane. We obviously pulled out a mastery for this. And, yeah, I mean, we did more than our entire team added up, and probably doubled at that point. This just showcases the SU-152's raw power if it can end up penetrating its shells. In fact, that was so much damage that if we make our way over to Blitz stars, we can go over to the Hall of Fame pages, and we can go to Tier 7, Tank Destroyer, and there's the SU-152. It's the #1 dealt damage tank destroyer for this season of Blitz Stars Hall of Fame, and the highest damage right now is 5,728, meaning that the damage I just dealt is the highest Blitz Stars Hall of Fame for this season. That's pretty crazy when it comes to tanks. So what I've learned about Blitz is that while Tier 10 may be the tier a lot of people try to showcase skill, it's very frustrating to play Tier 10 and just have teammates absolutely have no clue what they're doing. And the difference between Tier 10 and Tier 7 is that, sure, your teammates might not understand what they're doing, but your tanks are way more capable. 3,000 damage per minute in a Tier 10 heavy is considered great. Like, the 113 has insane DPM at 3,400 with rammer, and all the way down at Tier 7, vehicles like the Black Prince, which is a Tier 7 heavy, has 3,081 damage per minute. Even tank destroyers have more DPM at Tier 7 and Tier 8 than they do all the way up at Tier 10. For example, vehicles like the SU-100M1 sitting at 2,600 DPM. If you go up to Tier 10 and you look at a vehicle like, I don't know, the Object 268 sitting at 2,800 DPM. DPM really does not go up much. In fact, I would say the average Tier 7 heavy has around the same DPM as the average Tier 9 and 10 heavy. So it's kind of interesting how you can make such a bigger impact the lower the tiers you go, just because your guns have so much more damage respective to the hit point pools and the skill of the players around you. Either way, I thought I'd make a video on this game because it was such a truly ridiculous game. If you'd like to see more like this in the future, let me know. I'm probably going to play a lot more lower tiers. Today just really frustrated me on the fact that I was doing my best, averaging 4,000 damage in Tier 10, and just the teams I was getting were going town on Port Bay, Dead Rail, my whole team wanted to go medium side. It's not fun. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like this in the future of other crazy Tier 7, Tier 8, or Tier 10 games even, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. And tomorrow, I've got a very tasty treat for you, so stay tuned. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.